Hey everyone, I am Artosis from SixJax Gaming, and these are two of my teammates. I'm sure most of you have already watched games 1 and 2. There's some inter-team practice games where I'm just kind of deeply analytically analyzing the strengths and weaknesses of the players, their strategic moves, what I like, what I don't like, my favorite colors, my favorite foods, anything, everything about the games. So if you haven't seen them, definitely go check them out. It's really interesting to see the progression as they practice together. You can actually watch them learn, which is really quite awesome. I definitely point that out in Game 2 from a difference we saw in Game 1 from MajOr, where he took information given to him in Game 1, and it wasn't like a blind countering thing. It was like actually, oh, I can do this better, and then he did it better. So it's pretty awesome to watch my teammates improve and get to analyze them a little bit, and yeah, so that's what I will be doing here. This is the third and last game of this little series that I'm doing between MajOr and ViBE, where they just playing some practice games together. And well, let's see. Kind of waiting for anything to occur. Oh, sorry, touched my mic. All right. So we do have the one barracks by MajOr, getting a gas this time. Maybe reverting back to his other build. Oh, did he scout a little bit quicker this time? Both other times the Overlord came right over because they were close by air, and MajOr didn't scout that until pretty late. Looks like he scouted a little bit quicker this time and went and made the gas. And he may prefer this gas build when he's not finding the Overlord, because it makes it a little bit trickier. The Overlord is not going to be able to see the gas. He's going to have a hard time figuring out what's going on, because you can deny all the scouting with that first Marine, unless the drone gets in just in time. Sometimes you see a little quicker wall in. Not this time, though, saving his money up a little bit more. And the drone is going to get in and get a lot of useful intel, no doubt. Going to see that gas, and that's one of the most important things to see from a Terran. Are you gassing, or are you just fast command center? Looks like ViBE, once again, hatchery first, into spawning pool. Good opening. Can't ever be upset about that. MajOr does wall in the drone so that it will die no matter what. And just harassing that SCV a little bit. Interesting choice. If he got it, that would be awesome. Obviously, the odds of that are pretty low. I would have preferred him kiting around more. You always want to get your absolute maximum if you're going to lose that drone. In fact, let's see if he saw that factory. And no, he did not see the factory because he was focusing on this. Definitely a very sloppy play, something I would be quite frustrated with in his position as Zerg. You definitely want to do like arcs and try to get around. Sneak a peek if he gets this thing of gas super quick, that might mean Banshee. Sneak a peek if he's getting factory. Of course, you're going to assume it's factory because you don't have the add-on yet, and there's already a gas. It's mined a lot of gas, but still, having visual confirmation is always better than not. Now the command center going up for MajOr. I wonder if he's going to go Blue Flame Hellion here or Siege Tank first. Both are absolutely viable and doable, and I think I would prefer to see Blue Flame Hellion first. And that's without even looking at ViBE's base, which he's about to do. Because, are there any Zerglings out? No. He has actually skipped all Zergling production, which I am in love with. That is awesome. That is so cool. He does make 4 Zerglings now, but he waits for so long. That's going to give him a few extra drones, and that's just going to make his economy that much better. We do have Blue Flame on the way. So we're 5 drones now to 21 SCVs, and ViBE should skyrocket up for a little bit. I love the creep tumors. He's already got 2 here, and that's solid play, man. He's got more queens. Or 1 more queen, rather. He's going to start laying his creep like a crazy man. We just see MajOr just adding a bunch of barracks. Just very standard play. Getting his Blue Flame upgrade. Should be making another Hellion right now. That would finish before that. A little bit late on that, but still very good. Spine Crawler on the way. He does have the 3 queens, of course, once again, to help hold off any Blue Flame Hellions. He's going to have to be very quick on that. A little trick I like on this map is throwing my evolution chamber back here. You know, putting any buildings back here. I do that with Protoss nowadays. I throw a pylon. Sometimes you put an evolution here, or maybe a spire, you know. Using Zerg buildings to slow down Blue Flame Hellions is always a nice deal. Banling Nest, once again, very quickly. Evolution Chamber very quickly. And there you go. He is putting that Evolution Chamber down, so that's awesome. That means the Hellions, they can go through here. This is an area where you're going to have to put like a spire or something if you want a building there. In fact, I've put spines there before. But anyways, you can run through to this far, but then he has to come out this way, which means the Queen's going to have an easier time than if it went back here and kind of sat at the edges hurting drones. So we do have the Blue Flame Hellions moving out. He's 4 of them. I like that he went 1 factory Blue Flame Hellion. So it's just like a light harass. If he kills stuff, great. If he doesn't, yeah, it's fine. And, ooh, ViBE this game. Going for a quick Infestation Pit. I am liking it. Another Spine Crawling on the way. 3 Queens. Blocking that ramp. This Giraffe was getting ready to headbutt those. Didn't have to, though. In the meantime, let's take a look. More Hellions on the way. This is actually... Okay, it looks like he's actually going to hit a timing. Oh, okay, that's cool. And, oh, ViBE trying to snap MajOr here. And he does catch 1, but loses a lot of Zerglings. I think that was fine. We do have +1/+1 for Zerglings on the way, a ton of Zerglings, and the Pathogen Glands. So when this hits 30, he's going to want to start his Infestors. And if he has Infestors out, he should crush this. Oh. Did he stop making those Hellions that he was making? No, he just reinforced. Okay. It looked like he was going to actually do a timing here. Oh, very nice. Dealing some damage here. Killing some of these Zerglings off. You know, one of the cool things about targeting the Queen out here when she's standing around, you know she's been laying creep tumors, you might splash some of them out with the Hellions. But anyways, it looked like he was going to keep pumping Hellions and hit one of these rushes because he was just had one Tech Lab getting Stim. Sometimes you can hit a Marine with Stim and a Hellion with Blue Flame timing rush, and it's really quite awesome. But doesn't look like he was actually going for that. You know, it looked like it for a moment. And no Infestors started yet. Again, if I could fix one little tiny thing about the play I've seen from ViBE so far, it would be to actually get those earlier. If you look at his money, absolutely has the minerals and the gas to make them. Look, in fact, he starts it right now. But if he had started that a while ago, he'd already have them. He would have fungled those and lost almost no Zerglings. So, I mean, it really matters. I actually was playing the Zergling Infestor style on the Korean server for a good 2 months or something, and I tell you, it can be amazing against things like this Hellion Harass, as long as you get them out quite speedily. So we do see 2 factories for MajOr. Looks like he's going to go very siege tank heavy, but is taking this 3rd base. Looks like he's going to go for a drop as well. You got to do some drop harass against these Infestor users. I love that he's getting a 3rd base instead of trying another 2 base timing. You don't want to hit a 2 base timing in these positions. Look at this creep. Look how far it is. How are you going to attack over there? You're not going to. That's how. Nice little drop coming out. There is an Infestor up here, though. And only 1 Marine running out to maybe target the Infestor. Very nice move right there. Queen going to take that out. And fungles it. Very nice. Probably will continue to fungal. Uh-oh. Moving too forward with those. That was a little bit sloppy. Doesn't lose any, but almost lost some. Definitely could have. You got to be very, very careful with your Infestors. This, by the way, is pre the patch. It just came out the other day. So yeah, you got to keep that in consideration. They're still very, very fast. A lot of siege tanks on the way. That's the counter to the Infestors, of course. Is getting no planetary, instead getting orbital. I like that. Keep that economy up. So you know ViBE is 55 drones to 57 SV. So ViBE right now not with a great economy. Looks like he is going to take the gold bases. His creep is getting so far out. Should feel pretty confident. And I don't know what these Marines are doing, but that's not a good plan. Oh, this is what's happening. He moved over there, and everything went in different directions. Oops, that happens to the best of us. Happens to the worst of us. And he's going to go ahead and lose 2 siege tanks to nothing and have a forced stim. That is a terrible predicament for MajOr. Absolutely a terrible predicament. And it looks like these are going to come in, but with those 2 Marines there with the tanks, he should be fine here. And oh my god, does lose another tank. That is not a good thing. Yeah, that's just very, very painful to lose yet another tank. So MajOr, it's a good thing he had the 2 factories, but he's lost a lot of these siege tanks. Doesn't really have a lot of medevacs. I don't know if he has any right this moment. So these Marines are pretty badly hurt. Right now, I would say ViBE definitely in a decent spot, even though we do see more supply for MajOr, and he has more SCVs, or he did at least. But he still does. 54 to 64, but a lot of drones on the way for ViBE. But the thing is, when you kill that many siege tanks and you're going Infestor, you're going to feel pretty invincible. It's going to be very hard for him to attack you. And a nice little fungal going out, just killing some Marines. And I would love to see a burrow upgrade here. You can actually do some pretty funny things occasionally when you have this many Infestors and he only has 3 siege tanks up there. And this is good play by MajOr. Just keeps on going up with just small amounts of units. Good little defensive outpost. Wants to stim into that bunker. There he goes. And, ooh, nice steal there. And a ton of infested Terrans going up. He is behind enemy lines, though, so we'll see how this turns out. Looks like he will kill every SCV off. Beautiful little move right there. And there he goes. Going to go ahead and kill the siege tank for the infesteds. And... oh, good, he has 2 Zerglings. I was just like, oh my god, does he have to fungal that? That would be terrible. And now ViBE just getting into a really great position. Again, even though he's below on supply, you can be below on supply going Infestor. And as you see, he's kind of clearing stuff up. Zerglings don't mean anything to him. All that means stuff to him is this. And look at this, throwing down a lot of infested Terrans, trying to steal some siege tanks there. Does lose quite a few Infestors, but will take out quite a few as well. I love this infested Terran play. Very, very interesting. They have a lot of DPS, a lot of damage per second coming out of these guys. So they do deal a lot of damage to this orbital. Would have preferred taking out the missile turret, though. Looks like they will not be able to finish this off. ViBE will get out with most of his Infestors, which is really super good. 8 more Infestors on the way. Does he have a hive? He does, in fact. Probably want to put up an Ultra Den. Looks like he's going to go Spire for a Greater Spire. Needs some more bases as well. And again, you can kind of go slow with your bases with a build like this. Absolutely. This is getting 3-3 as well. And I'm like dying to see... oh, he cancels a Spire when scanned and throws up an Ultra's Cavern. I think he meant to anyways. When you do this build, you want to go Ultras with it, absolutely. Sometimes you tech switch later on, but Ultras are going to be the ultimate to go with it. Does have his Adrenal upgrade for the Zerglings. He's taking an additional base. Great creep spread. MajOr, kind of just sieged up here. Still has slightly more supply, but he has to be feeling behind. He doesn't really have the greatest selection of tools right now. He's making a lot of siege tanks. You know, one thing I do like against this type of play is to make a battle cruiser like we've seen MVP do. It's pretty neat to just make like a battle cruiser at a time to send it over. They have to use up a ton of Infestor energy. And the less fungals and neurals and everything that you can get, the better. Alright, so we have Nidus Worm going up right here. Oh my god, will he find it? It looks like he will not find it. Now he sees it finally as he goes over to build a turret there. And will this get out? Oh, no. Just barely. Good reaction time there to stop that. And it looks like MajOr wants to do some pushing here. He's got to be so careful with this group of Marines, though. And realistically, now this was right before the patch, but with the patch out now especially, when you see play like this, I feel like you have to go Ghost. In fact, look! As I say that, a Ghost being made. I swear I did not watch these games beforehand. But Ghost's obviously going to be a great counter to this. And only 1-1 on his Marines. He does have +2 on the way. Looks like +2 for his siege tanks on the way as well. And that's an interesting Nidus location. I kind of like that. That's going to really split up the attention of MajOr. MajOr now pushing up, wants to hit this base. Has some Ultras on the way. Has an unbelievable amount of Infestors. Absolutely unbelievable. And realistically here, yeah, there we go. That's some nice moves. He's going to throw some of those down, and bam, stealing some siege tanks, moving up, and he's going to easily clean this up. And, oh, looks like he missed a few of those Marines. Still, easily clean this up with that many Infestors. Good usage there. Notice he took a ton of damage on some of them. One way you can prevent that is to get Burrow. Move the ones forward that are going to shoot the Infesteds with the Burrow, and do it. That's a good way to do it for you guys who want to try a style like ViBE likes to use. We do have some bunkers going up. He's got to secure this 4th base, he realizes. He's got to keep making those siege tanks, starting on some Vikings. Maybe he scanned something that I did not see. Nope, I don't see any Greater Spire, but he's just assuming at this point that it could be, and that is beautiful. Look at that beautiful second Nidus Worm. Wants to make sure that he has plenty of exits and entrances to actually get out of here, because eventually there'll be enough units in here that probably he's going to want to get out. Sending a lot of Zerglings in, he won't care about that, but does not want to lose all of these Ultras unless he can do significant damage for sacrificing them. Normally when they start getting low, you start being like, alright, maybe I go back, but he has enough Zerglings that it looks like he may be able to just break through everything here. And this, I love this style, man. Awesome ZVT style. And very frustrated MajOr, saying GG. And it looks like ViBE has gotten the upper hand on MajOr in these 3 practice games on Metalopolis. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you liked this uber analytical look at SixJax Gaming and some of its players. Thanks for watching. If you didn't check out games 1 and 2, I definitely do suggest you check those out. So thanks, and see you later.